Morning. Oh, there we go. Ploops. Good morning, Twitch. At it again. Last time we left off, we just finished off Aurora the Space Marine. We talked with everybody about our next steps now that we have arrived in Footfall System. So let us go off and away. I am very curious. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's not a good start. I'm having a Bluetooth bug, so for now, I will just do this. Lord Cotton, I'm getting reports of several ships moving towards us. Judging by the fact that they are not responding to our hails, and the telemetry shows a trail of macro batteries, they are not here for a chinwag. Ready to issue orders to prepare for battle at your command. Could this be the work of Conrad Voigtveer? It's a possibility. He could have hired some scum. Or maybe it's just pirates who saw the state of our ship and decided to push their luck. On my order, all stations ready for void combat. That's not fixable right now. Alright, I'll just adjust.
Ever crossing our path.
Alright, two Cobra class destroyers. Okay, we have a Macro Lance, Prow Battery, a dorsal cannon, and some plasma batteries.
Helmsman, take us in. Lance battery.
Firing our laser.
Macro cannons, open fire. Coordinates set.
Aw, dang it. I was hoping that they wouldn't. Oh. I was hoping that they wouldn't. Alright.
Helmsman.
They've sorta got us.
Fire at will.
Force them to come to us. Oh, they hit through my shield still. Oh, that sucks. What poor luck.
Make every shot count.
Just keep on firing.
All hands, prepare for acceleration.
Got him.
My premonitions never fail me.
Oof, that was a bit of a rough first combat. Usually it doesn't go that bad. Your Lordship. We have contacted Alter Tempula Calexis Extension 17 in accordance with your orders. The Astropathic Choir sent a message to the station about the plight of the Implantation Throne. Alter Tempulum responded to our overture very promptly, which in itself is extremely remarkable for cloistered servants of the Omnissiah. The Adeptus Mechanicus report that they are most aggrieved by the misfortune that has befallen the ancient relic, and they are prepared to dispatch to the flagship a learned man versed in the restoration of archaeotech machines. His name is Iogan Febris, and he is ready not only to personally assist the dynasty, but also to teach the ship's engineers all the necessary rituals. In return, the Crimson Priest asks only that you visit the station and inform them of the fate of the miraculous fusion reactor from Rykard Minoris. Why don't they come to me? Alter Tempulium Calexis Extension 17 is a very unusual place. A tech priest monastery, access to which is denied to all who do not belong to the ordained ranks of Mars. Some say that its cells are the most secure haven for the sanctity of the Omnissiah, while others say that the most heavily guarded prison of the Adeptus Mechanicus in Expanse is hidden inside. It is surprising enough that they have communicated with laity at all, except expecting them to leave the walls of their cloister would be unthinkable. Very well. I'll adjust my plans to include a visit to the tech priest of Altar Tempulum. I will relay that you have agreed to visit the station. Come fly with me. Come fly away. Just wanted a little bit of experience bump there. We have entered the station's orbit, Lord Captain, awaiting signal from Alter Tempulium Calexis Extension 17. We offer our thanks to the Omnissiah for the intersection of events with a margin of error within the confidence interval. In the infinite branches of the future, this outcome will be marked as favorable. I am Tetria Lemma, Logos of Alter Tempulium Calexis Extension 17. And I appeal to the rogue trader for sacred knowledge. What is the fate of the miraculous fusion reactor from Rykard Minoris? I managed to remove the reactor from the planet. Omnissiah's blessings. Let us rejoice, for the probability in which the Archaeotech was lost has passed. This outcome is recognized as most favorable, transmitting a proposal for Cooperation Pact TR-2, in accordance with which possession of the sacred Archaeotech will pass to Alter Tempulium Calexis Extension 17. What do you want with it? The knowledge of the ancients is undeniable. The scenario of voluntary transfer of the miraculous fusion reactor to our cloister is recognized as the least labor-intensive, and the probability of preserving its usefulness in our hands approaches 1. The consequences of other outcome are deemed undesirable. Since the thing is so valuable, I'd rather keep it in my possession. The probability was calculated but deemed unnecessary. In gratitude for the expansion of our knowledge of Archaeotech, the tech clergy of Alter Tempulium Calexis Extension 17 is prepared to perform a Grade 3 binaric rites over the machine spirit of your vessel, Genitor Extremis Ogun Fuberus Manipulus, who has received the benediction of the motive force, will be sent to embark your ship immediately. Omnissiah's blessings. Your lordship, if I may be so bold as to point out that this learned man possesses a rare combination of skills, and is almost certainly proficient in the creations of blessed augmentations. This is a true boon from the flagship and your personnel. All the more peculiar, then, that the Adeptus Mechanicus would so readily hand over one of their invaluable brethren to us. It is unlikely that such generosity is motivated solely by magnanimity. Registering the launch of a cargo shuttle on a course for our ship. That one. Woo! I already know what I want to make them. That's awesome. Just shows up, fixes it. I like that introduction. That was awesome. And he's got my favorite favorite legs of the Tech Priest, which is just the spider-like, like the completely inhuman. Raising his hand, the Tech Priest snaps his hand closed, and sparks of the motive force vanish, almost as if he caught them in his fist. A corpulent man with a metal abdomen and bulky carapace. He hovers above the deck like a large crimson beetle. A mature face sits beneath an angular black cap. For a servant of the Adeptus Mechanicus, his visage retains a surprising proportion of organic material, and it is set in a dense beard of cables and pistons.
A wise man once said that a machine spirit cannot be looked upon, and he was right. For the Omnissiah, in his infinite wisdom, has concealed his creation even from the gaze of his most devoted servants. But can the believer come to know the nature of a machine only through an eye of organics or steel? No. For the vapor that brings forth the scent of sacred unguents is the spirit's breath. The rumbling of joints and rods is the beating of its heart. And the motive force is the current of its blood.
I like his voice a lot. The servo skull hovering nearby stares silently at the priest.
You are correct, Nuncius. I risk boring the rogue trader with my protracted ruminations. However, I will not allow the semantic analysis of my utterance to go unanswered. I will log your thesis for further debate. Now it is time to make my obeisance. Rogue trader, your halls are filled with sacred metal, and the ship's tech priests must be commended in observing the sacraments of augmentation. That blessed union of flesh and ferrum sanctum. Beholding this charges my galvanic coils with exultation. I, Genitor Extremis Eogun Febris, greet you and thank you for the opportunity to grace these ancient mechanisms with the gift of operation.
I like that you can even tell based on his face, like he is way better at talking than Pascal.
Confirmed. The sacrament of tech relic maintenance has been performed correctly. Protocol for exchange of sacred regalia initiated. Registering the affiliation of this blessed tech unit to the clergy of the Forge World, Stygies 8. Requesting confirmation of the unit's familiarity with the standards of the Catechism of Maintenance and Safety in effect on this vessel.
It is my pleasure to confirm the protocol for the exchange of sacred regalia and greet my brother in ministry. The vows taken in this temple are known to me, and I promise to honor them. I request a meeting with my esteemed colleague to facilitate knowledge exchange and to discuss values.
Like he's... I love it. I like it. Heinrich frowns and slightly nods, making some sort of mental note. Who is this wise man who theorizes on the nature of the machine spirit? It'd be interesting to read his work.
Junior Lex Mechanic Karain, operator of Auxiliary Terminal 289-0 of the lower workshops of Alter Templum Calixus X-17. A pragmatist and a bureaucrat who saw the world solely through the prism of statistics, endless parades of outflows and inflows. He had little interest in anything other than keeping track of valves and vents, but now and then he would drop pearls of wisdom such as these without even noticing it himself. I felt it was my duty to pick them up.
A compelling display of your abilities. Can you produce energy?
Excellent observation. My technical designation is Manipulus. And here is the galvanic cell, the repository of the motive force. No, that will take too long. Better to give a demonstration. Observe. Questions?
Stabs him. That's awesome. He's... He stabs Mechadendrite into the augmented arm of a nearby Technomat. Power snakes along the Manipulus's chrome claw into his cell. The Technomat's vox stuttered and rasps, and then his implant goes limp. Once certain that you have seen the effect, Eogan sends the power back into the augment, and it returns to life. Intriguing. So your galvanic cell not only stores energy, but also redistributes it to wherever you direct it. And you power it, seemingly, by drawing energy from other sources.
Correct. Entirely correct. How rarely do I meet such astute interlocutors among the laity. I respectfully initiate a request for an audience. I must discover what other gems of knowledge are hiding within your rich mind.
Jeez, I like him a lot. The Manipulus's eyes light up. There is no hint of sarcasm or condescension in his praise. Eogan is genuinely pleased, like a proud mentor, commending a student on their insight. That's what he sounded like. Jeez, I'm loving this. Genitor Extremis. What does that mean?
It is my creed. The incontrovertible fact that has defined my existence for as long as I can recall. And I recall a great deal. I have devoted myself to the mysteries of flesh and metal, to the processes by which one joins with the other, by which they live in union, and how they die. I am intimately familiar with machines, such as the one that I restored to life. I will school the members of the priesthood on board in its litanies of maintenance and operation, and reveal the secrets of the command rooms so they may operate it themselves. The sacrament of Ferrum Sanctum will be made available to you and your retinue. That, too, is an incontrovertible fact.
The spherical torso rolls forward again in a differential bow. You speak to your serval skull.
Nuncius is my dearest colleague. His eagerness, inquisitive mind, and ability to view a problem from a variety of angles are invaluable to our research. He is also rather loquacious himself.
Nuncius does not make a sound, directing his visor somewhere past you.
Registering a violation. The tech unit Nuncius is ignoring a request for engagement, recommending that the unit's labor be allocated to repair tasks.
Declined with gratitude and due reverence. The tech unit Nuncius is designated as a personal instrument of the quest for the divine, which confers the privilege of privacy. That includes privacy from intrusion by entities of equal standing.
Status confirmed. Rejection of request acknowledged as valid.
He's quite the gabbler, all right. Maybe the cog-bellied master hears voices in his head too. I'm sure my friends from beyond their door would love to get together with them sometime.
Genitor Febris, I trust you understand how unusual it is to speak to a mere servo skull like this. Let us pray this is only a sentimental whim on your part, rather than the presence of heresy within your device.
I see no colors coming from Nuncius. Is treating servo skulls like living beings some kind of sacred practice among the tech priests?
But surely it does not answer you. How truly peculiar.
Thank you for your help, Eogan. Where will you go next?
Your thanks are accepted, but my service is not yet at an end. The clergy of the Alter Templum Calixtus X-17 cloister, in gratitude for the tidings of the sacred Archaeotech, requests that you be attended by Magos Aeogon Febris and the Unit Nuncius. I seek your leave to employ our skills and knowledge for the benefit of the Von Valancius dynasty, including but not limited to tending to the machine spirits of the Sector Bionica and conducting experiments in the name of knowledge. In other words, allow Nuncius and I to remain on the ship and accompany you. We are well versed in augmetics, genetics, alchemy, the anatomy of humans and abominable xenos alike, and the mysteries of the motive force and of sacred engineering. These fields of knowledge may also be employed to eliminate units whose views are not conducive to productive debate.
Why do you wish to do this?
It is my sacred duty to stand vigil to ensure the faithful operation of the technology I restored. Beyond that, Alter Templum Calixus X-17 is an enclosed community. Many wisdoms can be found within its walls, but I seem to have exhausted their supply. Theory lays the foundation for exploration, but only practice can open the gates of knowledge. Nuncius and I have always been practitioners, first and foremost.
What would happen to the implantation throne if I turn you away?
I have already transferred the basic right of operation to a qualified contingent in the Sector Bionica. If you refuse us, Nuncius and I will linger just long enough to pass on the rest of our knowledge, after which we will disembark. The augmentation procedures can be performed without my participation.
Welcome aboard, Aeogon.
Skepticism is undeniably one of the instruments of knowledge, dearest colleague. It guards us against many heresies, preventing ego and vanity from clouding reason on the path of service. But as you see, Nuncius, it is not justified in every circumstance. Rogue Trader, Nuncius states that you are a person of rare perspicacity and prudence. I record this as an incontrovertible fact, and thank you for your hospitality. But of course, I did not come empty-handed. I would like to present you with this augment. Now that the machine spirit of the implantation throne is awake, I can bestow its blessing upon you or one of your retinue, should the Rogue Trader will it.
Dude, that's so cool! Alright, so I already knew what I wanted him to be before I even saw him. Finest hour. Lasting impression, good. Intelligence. Calculated relations, that makes sense for him. Decisive response. Okay, that's okay. Intelligence, good. Air of authority. Oh, that's super cool! Oh man, I'm not gonna know how to build the man. He looks really complicated. Okay. That's a bit meh. Tech use. Did he get 1 and 4? He did. Good. Logic. Ballistic skill. Inspiring speech. Nice. Oh, thanks for the raid, Underman 14. Nice. Medicae, cool. Focus. Hello, thanks for the raid. And they're perception equal to 4. This bonus stacks. Awesome. And then got some fellowship and... Wait. What was... Oh, bumped up logic. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. I definitely want him to be a Servo Skull Overseer, though. Especially with his little dude. So why do you have plus 15? The axe. Ah, bug! Why now? Ugh. Oh boy, that's really bad. Alright, augmentation. Augments directly modify character's body and contrast to equip gear. Installing an augment is permanent. An augment cannot be unequipped and can be replaced only with other augment. If removed, it is replaced with the basic augment. The original body part cannot be restored. There are several ways to install. The implantation totem speaks to the fight totem. Each augment provides unique active and passive. When the character suffers a trauma, the installed augment malfunctions. If positive effects are disabled until the trauma is healed, while its negative effects remain. Okay. Character has 6 augment insertions, 1 optical, 1... Okay. She can be. Awesome. Ooh. Ooh. Kinda cool and awesome. I dig it. You know what? Why not? I'll give him that arm. Just because that's kind of cool. That's kind of awesome. I dig it a lot. Alright. Whoa! Run away!
Keep your wits about you.
Oh. What was that? Loot. Goods. Yikes. What do you think of our new equipment, friends? Registering an unprecedented increase in the functional efficiency of the machine spirits. Rivers of sacred unguents wash over the iron flesh, and the mechanism sings the praise of the Omnissiah. Bless the decision that led to the miracle rebirth. Alright, I wish to take my leave.
Always keep your eye on the price.
I ended up not giving myself any additional augmentics. What do you think of our new equipment, Martinix? It's incredible, Lord Captain. The lighting, the instrumentation. The servants of the Alta Tempulum have awakened every sacred machine and granted us incense mixtures to dull pain. We will have fewer deaths from shock. All procedures will be completed in less time. Our work will advance to a new, unprecedented level. This is the best thing that has happened to the Sector Bionica in many decades. I must take my leave.
Is there money to be made?
Okay, I am just gonna go here. For now, I'll give him that. Remote revitalizer. Yeah, he's gonna be very good at all this. Make him a little tankier. I need to quadruple check what his augmentics do. Very good. Very, very good. Tria Prima. Yeah. I don't really have much for him for now. I will give him that stem. I guess for now I'll do like that. Oh, thank you for the follow, Mothmellow. Uh-oh. Eh.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Alright, I think I've explored gotten everything out of here. Just ignoring the bug. Oh man, Eogun seems really good. Let's go to the bridge. Loading. Wow, it's taking extra long to load. Probably because of the big bug that appeared in the middle of my flippin' screen. Alright. Let us give her big sword. Ascending, big sword in left hand. That is sick. I am happy I made this decision. Uh... Yeah, since I didn't make him an executioner, she will be. But also... Again with the bug! Something must be happening, 'cause it's happening everywhere now. It's like maybe my menu is getting stuck there? Anyway, I'm gonna take both of these off of her and give them to Eogun. Just for that extra tech use that I'm sure is going to something useful. Probably armor? Reject the flesh? Yeah, I think so. I need to recheck his augments already. What did I put on his hands? I just put it to 20. 25! Man, with him here, you really do not need Pascal. He is super good. Where is Eogun? Wrong spot. Augmentics. So, range of medkits and stimulant is increased by 4. When a medkit is used, ally restores an additional 15%. When a stimulant is used, it restores extra wounds. It also grants the ally momentum equal to that ally's resolve. That is so good! Right when I saw this, I was like, this thing is really, really good. It's considered to be dexterous institution, cannot suffer a crippling right arm. That is awesome. Why can't I read what this does? Info. There we go. That's kind of cool. Logic divided by 5% armor. Okay. And this one is intelligence. 10 plus intelligence. Kinetic force conduit gives level divided by 2 logic. Okay, so has steady growth of. Okay, so most of the stuff is about potential energy and. Oh man, that's kind of awesome. And it looks like they use a plasma weapon. But I'm gonna equip Eogun with, instead of a plasma gun, the arc rifle. I kind of dig that more even. That kind of looks sick. Eogun's gonna be super useful, my gosh! I already see it. Your shovel's already outdated. I have this power pick. And Abelard. Vanguard or Arch Militant? Very tempted to pick this up on the summer sale. It looks pretty epic. Yeah, I love this game. Ever have any experience or any knowledge about the 40K? You don't need it, but yeah, that's good. You don't need any knowledge. In fact, I'd say this is probably a good entry level, but just asking for the sake of asking. Furibundus system. Let's see if we can get any new ship parts. Lord Captain, we have the flagship Drusus's blessing with a small escort dead ahead. They are requesting a direct Vox channel, patching you through. Greetings, Lord Captain. I am honored to speak with the rogue traitor of House von Valancius. May your name be known through the ages. Chartist Captain Asterius Thorfast, bearer of the free charter of the merchant fleet. How can I be of service? It definitely helps to know. You definitely don't need to know. I'd say this game is a very good entry level for anyone coming into 40k and like wants to know some of the lore but doesn't want to just get bombarded by it. I feel like this game does a very good job of introducing you to it. Wrath of the Righteous is pretty awesome too. I love all of Owlcat's games. What is your squadron doing here? We develop supply routes for Chartists. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of the Imperium territory. Yet we do not have a fixed charter-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contacts with the Voidfarers in need of regular ship repairs, and those who are interested in specialized goods. I want to take a look at the catalog of components available for purchase. We got to level 1. We can't afford anything, but we got there. So I could put either a second laser or second cannon on my ship. I could also change... That's just an upgrade straight up. 45 to 55 damage. 14 times 4 is 2856. So, give or take some. And then the Mars pattern. So it's either more consistently... Yeah, Owlcat's pretty good about releasing plenty of content. I love that about them, but also it could get pretty bonkers. So I think I'll just swap out the cannons. Yeah, that's just better. Let's see, posts. Eogun has a torpedo ability. Oh, right, torpedoes. What does this upgrade do? So normal torpedo, 5 VMP, only works on torpedo cells, granting it plus 5 VMP. Whoo! So you can just get a torpedo to rush through. Doesn't have shields. Does have... For which character? That's always going to be the question. For which character? Your lordship, something sinister is unfolding among the survivors from Rykard Minoris. There have already been several cases of evacuated refugees being found either dead or dying. All of them had been blinded using various means. I fear there is a reason to believe that they were agents of the cult among the people who came on aboard. My rogue trader is a operative, and I went bounty hunter. I'm an Arbites, so I figured dual-wielding shotguns with bounty hunter, I'm gonna shoot a lot. That was essentially my plan. I just want to shoot a lot. I knew the Anthema would not fully release its hold on those doleful souls just yet. Then let us march and drive it away. I need to know more about the killings. 11 bodies have been found thus far. The first victim had their eyes burned out with a gas torch. The second had acid splashed in their face. The third was found wandering around on their last legs, and with metal pins sticking out of their eye sockets. They died before we could interrogate them. The rest were killed and disfigured in similar ways through blinding. No traces of the killer's identity was found. Yeah, dual-wielding shotties is pretty good. Something you can only do with the Arbites. It's definitely a pay-to-win strategy. Although, not the strongest still. That always will go to Psychers. Give me a proper report on the refugees. How were they quartered? How were they supervised? The esteemed nobles and their families were given quarters befitting their status. The horror of the massacre in the streets are still fresh in their minds, so initially they made regular trips to the lower decks to take out their fears and anger on South from our crew. It would have been disrespectful to confine the nobles to the compartments, so we used shackles of a different sort by generously supplying them with amasec and intoxicants. The vented Praetor Electroid Dar Impulse 6 and his retinue took refuge in one of the engineering bays, or more accurately, they barricaded themselves in. The wise servants of the Omnissiah are fearful beyond measure that ignorant lay people might damage or offend their miraculous fusion reactor, so they cloistered themselves in their own personal fortress. Begin interrogations. It will be done, your lordship. Yeah. The thing is, they had so much more they could do with 40k than Pathfinder. Pathfinder is so free-flow, but a lot of things aren't definitive. It's more like guesswork. I 1,000,000% agree. I love this game so much. If I may interject, there is no need. The interrogations have already been conducted. I put the enforcers on alert as soon as the first body was discovered, though I decided not to disturb your lordship until I had the results. Well, now I do. We have already arrested, let's see, 4 perpetrators at the scenes of the crime that have yet to take place. Those are not murders. They are suicides. Explain yourself, Seneschal. The people we apprehended were about to blind themselves and end their own lives. I am confident that all who perished did the same. When questioned, they said all the same thing. They are haunted by the sight of the dying Rykad Minoris. Even in their sleep, they still see the same horrific picture, so the sad wretches would do anything to make their nightmares stop. Perform cleansing liturgies on the decks housing the refugees. We shall banish the blight with the strength of our faith. Certainly, Lord Captain. Except I'm afraid it is not just the refugees. Yeah, I know, right? I'm playing an Iconoclast playthrough, so I chose not to kill everybody. And the consequences, they'll just kill themselves. Continue. 3 out of the 4 people we arrested were members of the crew. They watched Rykad Minoris die, and it left their minds scarred. We all bear the mark of the dark catastrophe, for it was the intention of the ruinous powers that branded our very souls. May the God Emperor have mercy on us. You were warned, your lordship. It is regrettable that you did not listen. And let us head for Footfall. I think there's a choice that you make, and all the refugees just end up offing themselves. Agreed. Hail the Omnissiah. As you can see, in my current playthrough, I have two Omnissian... I've got two Servants of the Mechanicus, and I come from a Forge world. Which is what this little stack means. I've got augmentation. So, electricity hurts a bit. Let's go with Cabela. Yeah, I think I'll do that for now. Oh, I also chose to go onto Footfall, not as a rogue trader, but instead, what's the term I'm looking for? Anonymously. That's because I have some foreknowledge about this. It's way better. You get more experience, more opportunities, and worse story if you show up incognito than if you show up as a rogue trader. No, but it has its own system. Like, if you were to compare it to the actual Rogue Trader tabletop game, it's quite a bit different. But there is no, like, mythic, like, something beyond your levels that isn't just equipment. Now, that being said, the brand new augmentations are pretty dang good. You essentially have a second level of equipment now. It's kind of awesome. I've already fallen in love with it. Your lordship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obeisance. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on Footfall incognito, and so we are trying to attract as little attention as possible. I'm here on behalf of the Liege of Footfall, Lord Vladam Takara. The Liege awaits the chance to speak with you at his residence, but if you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve as your guide and tell you about the station. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-colored scattered words of welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted. The look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions. What's the situation on Footfall? There are certain problems, your lordship, but the Liege can acquaint you with them far better than I. Behind her polite, soft tone, you detect the slightest hint of nervousness. As if she is reciting replies she has carefully prepared beforehand. You really should talk to the Liege about this. I'm just...
Hey, newcomers! How's this for a warm welcome?
That one guy with that last shotgun blast. Alright, here's a quick thing on how Eogun works. He has potential energy. His mechanidrates channel this energy, empowering allies. Eogun combines officer with his own unique features. Intelligence, fellowship, as well as logic and tech use. Galvanic field protects a selected ally from his attacks, allowing that. Yeah, they call it. You can actually bring this up to the Liege later about, like, well, that was quite the warm welcome. Eogun's single target ranged attack ricochets from ally to random nearby enemy, gain increased crit chance. Eogun's unique augment weapon allows him to perform a blast. When used, removes all potential energy. Each removed stack increases. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, I made Cassia a let's see. Percival will go up front. Cassia, Pasquale, Abelard. And Cabela. Alright. First things first. Buff Percival. Second things second. Where do I want to put this?
Isn't this a job
I'm
for
on the
serfs?
front line. Let's put
I
that
am a
there.
navigator, not a servitor.
And then extra damage and over penetration
Do not dare ask.
there. And no, as much as I want to, I won't. Well, I'm happy that that you're interested. And then let's have them run away. Triple kill.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
Good old navigator. It's why you can have two officers, because your navigator's just gonna. Oh no! Ouch. Alright. And let us.
I will leave footprints of Scarlet.
See, they're almost dead. Let us say we really want to kill them, and then kill them. Move over here. Woof, miss.
Let your soul be purged.
Let's see here. For sure we have a kill here.
Brings me no pleasure. I cannot serve you in
I'll
this
then
way.
say I want to kill this one.
The shadows will death is a blessing. I bring mercy and retribution.
Then we'll
As
jump
honor ordained.
here. And right here. And then let's run it back. Yeah. Well, you know, he's got to store all that electricity somewhere. Alright, I have a choice. Do I go after these three, or do I try to finish off the people on the other side? I'm gonna kill these three. Okay. Perfect.
I am ready for whatever comes.
Let's see. Anybody here of note? No, none of them are. You
I will
are.
see to it personally.
You're my target.
I won't stand for it.
And I'll even say, hey man, I want to kill you really bad. Alright.
I'll make it happen.
Double kill.
On it.
Oh, I missed. Okay. Well, I missed. Not much more I can say.
Opportunities.
I missed. Oof. Wow, what a rough start for Abelard.
Hold on.
Oh, he just got up. Wow. Alright, so I could just force this guy to me? That's kinda awesome! I love that.
Victory is... I took care of this one.
Alright, and then we will...
I will do my duty.
Rough.
Indeed.
Just try to get the hit off. Aw. Alright, Eogun, let's see, does that affect me? It does. Potential energy. Kinda awesome. Yeah, I know, right? Just a ton of buffs.
A valid argument.
This is kind of ridiculously awesome. I'm loving
I
this.
refuse to comprehend this. Utterly impossible.
Just tell me to go again. And I mark them as prey. I think I can get the kill off.
Failure is just
Yeah.
a setback.
Alright, so I got the kill on my prey, who was level 2. So I got a bunch of temp HP. Okay, perfect. How badly do I want to do damage here? Not enough. I'll just throw the vial of blood.
I am a conduit of the machine god's will.
Okay, Percival is just gonna go over here. Well, you gotta remember, there is no there's no real hacking or AI. Wow, that's not true. They're just not, around, I guess. It's the better term. Let's see here. Ooh, I don't think that worked again. Oh, no, it did. So... let's just murderize those two. Teehee.
Who if not? I'll see to it. You never stood a chance.
I still don't... oh, I do have line of sight. That's my new prey. And might as well... what's their armor? 20? Yeah, might as well.
I'll see to it personally.
Let's see, they have 1 charge left. Nope, 2. Perfect. Might as well reload the shotgun. Are they the only one left? Oh no, there's... Eogun. Can't reach that far. But this can.
Shoot observation.
Aw, miss. Oh well. Let's see. Whoa. Beautiful. Alright.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Well, AI's not completely done. Like, there's still hints of it being around from the Dark Ages, but like, it's definitely not as prevalent.
At your beck and call. It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand. Indeed.
Oh. Let's see. Will this kill him? Nope. I don't think I can quite reach. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No. No, I can't quite reach. That sucks.
On it.
That, I agree, that would be interesting. Would also probably be pretty funny.
Who, if not, best defense is a good offense.
I can handle this.
And that's the combat.
Your seneschal is always there for you.
Emperor, protect me, they killed! Stop quivering, unwashed worm, and answer me. Who would dare attempt such an outrageous attack? Your lordship, those guys were Anvers. They're a gang, they're the worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even the liege Takara. Does this happen often around here? Shooting, yes. Attacks on nobles, not very often. Unless it's the Anvers, they're vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing and gutting somebody. They're wicked heretics. They respect nothing. They follow no rules. Go and report this to the liege. Yes, I'm sorry, your lordship. I'll just report to the liege. They killed her. They killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible. And if you play Dogmatic in this game, man, you'll feel like a rogue trader. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's nasty. Take one of those. I'll take one of those. I'll take one of those. I'll take all these grenades, please. Grenades are good. And send everything else for trade.
I always have a backup plan.
Let us see here. Which puzzle should I solve first? I suppose I should look to see if there's any new loot with the new DLC. That's always like step one. Because new loot is better than no loot. The Holy Book by the altar. Yeah, this is a puzzle.
My house would be proud of me.
At first glance, these look like standard containers, but their frames have been reinforced and their ceiling improved to keep the smell in. These are what's used to transfer contraband. Hello, Falcon. Nice to meet you. Oh, yep. Gotta get that. That's immediate upgrade for my character. Weapons. Where? I'm blind. This is where I realize I'm blind. There it is. Let's replace my offhand shotgun with it, and then swap them. Just so that I have still the knockback.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I'll take all these grenades, thank you. It'd be easier to do that, I guess. Auto pistol. Basic shotgun. Just some light armor. Not even that much of an upgrade. Rust Stalkers. The tall, hunched tech priest stares at you unblinkingly. A breathing mask conceals his gaunt features. The skin on his hand is a sickly gray hue, while his augments show signs of combat damage and are planted in black chromium. Given his general air of lubriousness.
Initiating identification procedure. This unit is defined as Logos Opticon 22 and is a /fully authorized representative / structural part / of the Cognizance Fleet and the priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Access has been granted to the following options: information exchange, strengthening of diplomatic links, trade deals, donations. Initiating official greeting procedure for /esteemed /high value /visitors /glory /success to House Von Valencius. Requesting information exchange regarding contractual obligation Vogistar Theta.
Pascal and Opticon 22 exchange glances in a short series of binary signals before bowing their heads in satisfaction. Opticon 22's head bows noticeably lower than Pascal's. Eogon shifts the angle of his frame in a formal bow, folding his hands to make the sign of the omniscience cog. His galvanic cell crackles, enveloping the manipulus in the motive force. Opticon 22 responds to the binary phrase that sounds deeply reverent in his own strange way. Then he honors, I've already forgotten its name. Nunkius, with a nod. Okay. I seek friendship at the Adeptus Mechanicus.
The priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus is interested in considers expeditious cooperation with rogue traders. Under the terms of the Treaty of Mars, it is willing to provide services to the Von Valencius dynasty. The priority of service tasks can be raised if diplomatic links are strengthened. The Cognizance Fleet will be /glad /alternative unavailable /to accept 1. Any sample of sacred technology. 2. Samples of profane xenotech. 3. Miscellaneous items. Reminder: storage, study, and or disposal of the aforementioned objects will the exception of 3 miscellaneous items is the preferential right of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
How do I want to do his voice?
Notably, the somatic capacity of the third category encompasses an extremely wide range of entities. The foresight of the Cognizance Fleet is truly remarkable.
The Explorator Fleet will also accept information about planets in the Cronus Expanse that have not previously been recorded in the Planetary Register.
What is Logistica Theta?
Under the contractual obligation in question, 34.761 Terran years ago, the Explorator Cognizance Fleet received from representatives authorized units of the Von Valencius dynasty a volume of high-grade promethium equal to the fuel capacity of 6 Tantalian void tankers.
Received it and then didn't pay. Compensate. Remunerate. Settle accounts. Should I go on? Or is that enough synonyms?
The stipulated /payment /reciprocal offerings from the Cognizance fleet can be made to Von Valencius's assets at the current time, after which the contractual obligation will be /fulfilled /archived. Confirm your status regarding acceptance of the /payment /reciprocal offering.
You waited 30 years to pay up?
Execution of /payment /reciprocal offerings is in accordance with the specifications of the contractual obligations. Allocation of assets, the holdings of the Cognizance fleet will initiated when the tankers reach the main squadron, 14.905 Terran years after initial transaction. The asset allocation process concluded 2.663 Terran years later. Transportation of assets to the Furibunda system took 16.862 years later. Final delivery of the assets to Footfall took 0.331 Terran years.
Clever. If you had been purchasing fuel for a squadron at the other end of the Imperium, you may have never had to pay at all. We would have had to turn to dust before you made it back there. You said saying that my dynasty has had extensive business dealings with you.
This statement is true. The Cognizance fleet concluded 1292. Contractually obligations of the Von Valencius dynasty as representatives led administered by the counterparty identified as Theodora Von Valencius. The most substantial was Pact 8-Yule, in accordance with the Archmagus Cubus Delphim, Data Usher of the Sevenfold Hollowed Workshop of the Sacred Work of Euphrates II, was transferred to the planet Kiva Gamma to perform the duties of minister as its fabricator censor. The services of such a highly enlightened enhanced authorized servant were recompensated via the offering of paid for with a 7-year contract granting the fleet's exploration vessel maintenance privileges at Kiva Gamma facilities.
That is true. In the last couple of decades, Lady Theodora took pains to form a strong relation with the Cognizance fleet. She turned down a dozen candidates looking for the right tech monitor to watch over Kiva Gamma. So we can either get some... I already know the right answer. I confirm. I'm willing to accept payment.
The request is accepted. The sacred machine will be loaded into the hold of your vessel. The contractual obligation Logisticar Theata is concluded. The Cognizant fleet thanks House Von Valencius for its cooperation.
I would like to make a trade deal. Oh boy, look at all those stems. Nom 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 nom. Block things. Oh, that's not working again. Alright, whatever. I forget what this does. Plus 8 Medicae, plus 4 movement after using a kit. Inertia boots are one of the best items in the game. But I want to see... There is an ocular implant. There is a electric arm. Ooh. Ooh, that's fun. Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna hold off for now, but I will definitely look back here later. It seems like there's a lot of nice upgrades. And I'm gonna want inertial boots anyway. But I might as well buy everything here. And we have... Oh, I didn't bring her. Right. I brought you instead. In that case... This is whenever the bear hits an enemy with dead shot. Okay. I can't use that anyway. Alright.
Is there money to be made?
There is a puzzle right here. I already know I have the solution to that puzzle in this, the Holy Book Altar, the Void Customs guy. Yes, quite. So 5. Lore Imperium. A small altar, the central spot, has been given to Drusus, a saint from the neighboring Calexis sector who is widely received in the Coronis Expanse.
My options open.
The book is 3, so it's 3, 5... 3, 5... Three, 5, 4, 1.
I always have a backup.
Whatever. I know the first two. It's there's literally only 2 options. All right. 3, 5, 4, 1. Huzzah! Puzzle solved. Alright, Psyker Footwear, Interrogator Goggles, and Fireproof Cape. None of us... He can't even equip a cape because of his big old belly. Would a fireproof cape do you some good? Probably. Actually, no, it wouldn't. A saturated cape, on the other hand, would.
Keep your wits about you.
No. A bit of a spoiler, but not really, because it's on the Art of Rogue Trader. There is some space wolves hanging around in the Coronis Expanse. But right now, I do not believe there are any Ultramarines this far out.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Commerce? How close am I to leveling up? Halfway there.
My website reveals something.
The container is marked foodstuffs, but it is empty and it looks like it has not been moved in a while. Now is our time, not theirs. Go to their homes, drag them out of their beds, carve open their bodies like carcasses. Envy. Let me just steal this beautiful helmet. That is amazing on me, and I will now forever... Yeah, if you've ever read up on the actual Rogue Trader TTRPG, most of it takes place in the Coronis Expanse, as that's where most Rogue Traders go, because that's all unexplored.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I think I've got just a couple more things to loot. Another pamphlet. You're gonna find a few of those. No, it's your standard Arbides headgear. As you can see, my portrait already has it. I just finally got it. Intimidation. Even though my character is not that scary, I am scary. More granadas. The container is labeled Destination Janus. It is covered in dust. It must have spent a long time at the docks. Here we go. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to use that. But I knew I was missing something here. Let's see. Is there some loot up here? Nope. I thought I remembered that there was something up in one of these areas. Maybe up here? No. Oh, Servo Skull's letting me know that there's a piece of paper here. This is... Yeah.
Is there money to be made?
Yeah, the helmet is for the tax collectors. Cyber Eagle. I also don't have one of those. To the rest of Footfall. To the atrium. Xenos are the mortal enemy of every subject of the Imperium. Any human who displays inappropriate sympathy for or even heretical interest in these foul aliens will very quickly come to regret it. Unless you're a rogue trader, there should be like a little asterisk there.
I always keep my options open.
I quite agree, Nuncius. A room of such imposing scale could have been utilized to far greater effect. It is unlikely that the man who now rules here is familiar with the fundamentals of the sacred teachings of ergonomics.
I really like Yogun's voice. These columns appeared here back when the station was founded, when it was assumed that Footfall would become a wondrous palace in the stars. I agree, Mothmellow. Items, like armors and stuff, it really... They did a good job of making everything look pretty dang unique. Alright. The Buzzing Crown has closed in on several harried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. Yes, Mothmellow, you have a thing called a warrant of trade. Basically a massive piece of paper that says, hey, you're allowed to... We expect you to be in the fringes of space, you're allowed to deal with Xenos, but... It also depends who in the world signed that paper. If Big E signed that paper, it means that you're almost invulnerable to nearly everything. You could be a full-blown heretic, xeno-heretic, and they can't really say anything about it. But if that being said, if you fall into Chaos's grasp and like full on, or like, you know, you have tentacles growing out of you, you'll still get shot. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt. A massacre is about to take place. Just cut their throats already! What were they thinking letting the ship dock at Footfall? They're all stricken. No cutting. We got their blood on us. We'll be tainted too. Better to burn them. Oh gosh, what voice do I want to do? Be quiet, you scoundrel! You dare pass judgment on others? What what arrogance to think you have the right! What is going on here? And who's you supposed to be? I'm an envoy of the Von Valencius dynasty. You come from Lady Theodora? Yes, if, say, a rogue trader got their papers signed just by the Administorum, just to kind of get rid of a person, they're still high-ranking, but they are not nearly as high-ranking as someone with a warrant of trade signed straight by Big E himself. Pardon me, noble sir. We were, just, rooting out heresy here. These scrawny ones are from the ship that came from the bowels of the Coronis Expanse. They've got a plague here. Mutants. And they're not spending that rot everywhere, that taint. They're all... Silence! You must... just wait. You must be completely out of your minds. A band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice. Who are you to pass judgment on anybody? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days. And what's so wrong about that, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. But... Yes, you're like a merchant. Except the thing you're trading is planetary resources. You go where no one goes, no one else really goes, and essentially get new planets for the Imperium. We're not heretics, but refugees, I swear it on the Golden Throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. Where were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors! Traitors and heretics, the lot of them! A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you and the priests. At the wretched group huddling in the center. Yeah, like iron, gold. Well, not really. It's more like people, food. It's in a much grander scale. Like, if you know the lore, it mentions that... Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're just out to get planets. It mentions that the... what are they called? The Custodes, their value is valued in planets. Well, the new planets coming into the market are coming from the rogue traders. How tiring. How tiring. The motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. Their red buds swelling, ready to burst and paint all who gathered here. As for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in purplish black grief, but their words are as transparent as the ice that lies at the top of a glacier. But commoners are always deaf to others' suffering. No one. That's essentially just the Emperor. That's what makes being a rogue trader. You're essentially a sovereign. It's why when you show up as a rogue trader, you are considered your lordship, or that's where the lord part in the name comes. You essentially have sovereignty. The only person above you is Big E. Or in the case of the current Imperium, technically Guilliman, but Guilliman has to still jump through some hoops to treat a rogue trader poorly. Like, no one can treat a rogue trader poorly, not even the Inquisition. Everyone has to keep each other in check. Their status is just so high. Part of that is that they're also the richest people, individuals, in 40k lore. I represent Von Valencius, Masters of Kiva Gamma, and thus I have the right to decide what to do with these people. I command the onlookers to disperse. As for the rest of you, go to Doc Alpha Riho, Ro, I guess, and await further instructions. I don't want to get in trouble over this lot. Whoa, uh-oh. That's my bad. If memory serves, he basically says, I would like to come speak to you privately. Let's see if I can... There we go. The arrogance and self-righteousness of the malefactor. Yeah, pretty much. And you're also the wealthiest people. Like, you saw me buying a bunch of stuff from Opticon 22. It mentions profit factor. Uh-oh. Oh, come on. It's definitely a bug with my inventory. Essentially, profit factor is less a representation of, like, this is how much money you have, and more representation of, this is how much profits you are making. So essentially, your money rarely goes down because you're just so wealthy that even though you're buying all this stuff, it doesn't really matter. In the Rogue Trader tabletop game, it was described as in Dark Heresy, you're buying individual items. In Rogue Trader, you're buying, like, crates or trade agreements. Like, you're telling the Adeptus Mechanicus, hey, I want you to manufacture these grenades and send them to my ship every single day. You are of equal rank. They still are allowed to do their own thing, but that being said, you can make a deal with them. So an AdMech head, and a great example, is Eogun. Eogun is extremely high up in the Mechanicus, but the Mechanicus will make a trade deal with you to do that. Ultramarine chapter, the individual Ultramarines might not listen to you, but that's because they're underneath their chapter master. That being said, the chapter master has to listen to you if you go out and talk to them. So your status is just extremely high. Like I mentioned before, even the Inquisition kind of has to tread lightly around a rogue trader.
That's how it's done.
This statue undoubtedly depicts Persimus Duane, the legendary rogue trader who founded Footfall.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The sight of this cogitator would be enough to break a tech priest's heart. The machine is leaning slightly to one side, grimy, covered in scrawled drawings, with frivolous writing scratched here and there on the casing. Several keys are missing, and the rest are coated with dust.
The right of operation has been repeatedly and blasphemously violated. Requesting the identification and punishment of the deplorable acolyte entrusted with caring for the spirit of this machine.
The vital function of this blessed machine are on the verge of dying. I will do for it what lies within my power, yet the cogitator is in a tragic testament to the fact that even the works of the Omnissiah are mortal.
Try to repair it. After a series of creaks and groans, the cogitator's dusty screen lights up. On it are several lines of text section headings.
Praise the Omnissiah. The machine spirit of this cogitator is aggrieved by willing to serve.
The will of the machine god has held back this device from the brink of death, Rogue Trader. Treat it gently.
I really like Eogun so far. Welcome! In the name of the founder of Footfall Station, conqueror of the stars, builder of outposts, the noblest rogue trader, Parsimus Dewain, and on behalf of all his descendants, I welcome you. This cogitator was installed on the order of the illustrious Parsimus so that the needy may tap into the flow of his wisdom. Cast your eyes upon the list of sections and choose what you wish to know. Parsimus Dewain? I've never heard of such a rogue trader house. Lord Captain Parsimus Dewain, one of the trailblazers of the Coronis Expanse, and this station's founder. I've read about his great deeds. Lord Dewain was once a colonel of the Astra Militarum, but by his will... I'm learning that this bug is happening from inventory, me going into the inventory. I will be sending a bug report after I'm done this, because it will help clarify some things. That's one of my favorite parts about Owlcat. Bug reports are super easy to send. But by his will, Leader inherited a warrant. He accumulated enough power to gather a small fleet of loyal allies and venture out to the Coronis Expanse. They say Footfall was meant to be his personal palace world, but the construction dragged on for decades and Lord Parsimus eventually died of old age. His enemies instantly tore Footfall to pieces and turned it into the bastion of humanity we know today. One that is full of bandits, privateers, hustlers, and rogue traders. About Footfall. Footfall Station has been envisioned by the great Parsimus Dewain as a palace in the stars, as majestic as the spirit and mind of its creator. As of the years of this cogitator's installation, merely a small fraction of the great Parsimus's design has yet been made a reality, but already their audacity and grandeur are staggering. Footfall is to become the gateway to the savage and barely explored Coronis Expanse, a foothold for future conquests by the Imperium. No. And the noble Parsimus Dewain, who acts by the Emperor's will. No, this is not on my dreadnought. This is a essentially man-made planet. It's a space station. Footfall. The cogitator wheezes and blinks, clearly trying to shut down. Attempt an emergency repair. Cogitator whirs and the screen turns back on. You can explore your dreadnought. It is massive. However, I already did that. You can go back, but yeah. One of the first structures on Footfall was the colossal statue of the Emperor. A whole asteroid was used for the creation of this sculpture, but even its titanic proportions cannot convey the awe that every faithful servant of... That's my father. Just give me a moment. I have to go. Every faithful servant of the Imperium feels before the Master. I'll be back shortly. And I'm back.
Just curious seems like it is awry and is 100-fold if on your ship. So it depends. But yes, especially in this game, it wouldn't be much of a game if stuff wasn't always going wrong, but warp travel is dangerous always. And as a rogue trader, you're going into places where seeing the Emperor's light is not that easy. The statue is the center of Footfall, in the same way that the Emperor is in the center and heart of the Imperium. As construction progresses, new, smaller asteroids are being attached to the statue, their surface serving as foundation for the glorious palace and temples, and their inner tunnels as home for the commoners and rabble. The great Parsimus Duane intends to conquer the Cronus Expanse and build the most grandiose structure, which will shine through the ages, praising the names of its creator and his descendants. Footfall, the palace in the stars, the glory of the great Parsimus's deeds, will live throughout the ages in his great design. Cogitator hisses and grunts as it tries to clean its insides by spewing out dust and detritus through its cracks. The great Parsimus Duane intends to conquer.
The spirit of this machine is enraged and will perform its functions no more. I will see to it that the profaners responsible for its maintenance are marked for servo penance.
Penance. The man with a face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes on you. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornment, and they are nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice he says, "The Emperor protects." "The Emperor protects, Reverend. But he protects only those who are pure of heart. You think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. May many who have risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride most degenerate. And you must be the young von Valancius. That name carries weight, and it is a burdensome one, for its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them onward, picking them along the way like a ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison? I have heard many of your deeds of intellect, and call your wisdom a gift from the Emperor himself. Fools! Do they not know that the seeds of heresy sprout quickest in an enlightened mind? Understanding only erodes the will to act. I put my faith in the Emperor. Well, then be twice as diligent, for this sector will seize any chance to test your faith. What are you doing on Footfall? What am I doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and the vilest of souls, you mean to say? Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Cronus Expanse. It is the point of arrival for those who have just started on their path, and it is also where those who are reaching its very end return, their souls wounded and bleeding. I embrace both the former and the latter, so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amass on Footfall. If I hear a crewman whispering about a reclaimed shrine world or expressing desire to carry the Emperor's light into the darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sacred duty. Devoted trailblazers need assistance, both spiritual and material, tools, equipment, even garments and simple everyday items. Anything that may help pilgrims on their long journey and during the first days of the harsh frontier life is worth its weight in gold to us. May any help you offer to the effort of gathering such things be blessed. The path of true believers leads into darkness, to search for worlds that have lost his radiance, steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who give themselves into the void and the warp, in hopes that their actions may bring light into darker reaches of the expanse and deliver a previously barren world into the Imperium's service. And all the more bitter is the realization that all the brave souls who will succeed in their mission, Footfall still awaits news from the wasteland wayfarer, an ancient ark of a ship headed for distant stars. Her last astropathic message was sent from beyond the Cenerus Maleficum. And the stars kept her fate secret since. I bear another darker duty. The expanse is filled with the tainted creations of unholy heretics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you on your travels come upon dangerous corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for the vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian's mission has much to share with a rogue trader. I'd like to look at what the followers of St. Drusius have to offer me. Let me see. Servo legs. Whenever a shot hits cover, instead of the wearer, the attacker gains 3 stacks of exploits. Oh, while not in cover, the wearer gains... Oh, this is good for me. Oh. Cool. I'll take those legs, thank you. Drugs. Yes, please. Imperial Scroll. Yes, please. Medicare. Servo Struts. The user's base partial cover efficiency is equal to their base full cover efficiency. While not in cover, the user gains... Okay, that's another good leg, but that'd be for... The range of medkits instruments could be increased by... Oh! Is this for the other arm, or is this just a second one? Spinner, another leg. The user can move through enemies. Each creature on this path suffers 20 impact damage. What is this based off of? Toughness. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. That's awesome. Hand of the Righteous. The user's attacks with weapons in this hand inflict 1 penitence brand on hit until the end of combat. Max hit chance are -10. Let me see. What is a penitence brand? This creature's characteristics are reduced by user's dogmatic rank times number of penance brand stacks. Whoo-wee! Now, I can't equip that, but that's still good. Right now, I just like the legs. I'll hold off for now, though.
Rise to the top.
I gotta see what everyone has.
Just as I planned.
In this mishmash of devices and cables, you notice equipment from totally different eras. some ancient, some merely old, and others hastily tossed together in more recent years. Ah! The ways here are shoddy looking. Weapons built from questionable sources.
Wisdom is a catalyst for knowledge. I possess both.
Oh man, Eogun has higher tech use than Pascal. That's insane. I hope I don't fight very many enemies that deal shock damage. I will die so fast. Alright, first upgrade for familiars, for tech familiars. Plus 10 fellowship and intelligence, and no damage from area attacks. Extra good because Eogun isn't built for fellowship, but is built for intelligence.
Is there money to be made?
I'll handle that part later. Let's go around to the other side of the light. I was not expecting myself to go this way. What in the world?
Solve this conundrum.
This bug's getting crazy, man.
Wisdom is a catalyst for knowledge. I possess both.
Yeah, I feel like with Eogun, Pascal is not going to be as often used companion.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Barely a challenge. Alright, Commander's Monocle and a Great Sword. Her hat is actually, for now, let's do it like this because his voice of command spreads. Awareness. The numerous wounds and injuries indicate that this particular brutal murder, the letters A and V, are carved into the victim's shoulder blades.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Did I go back here? I don't think I did. I should.
The machine god was benevolent to me.
I do like his voice a lot, Eogun. And as we know, he's slightly heretical.
Rise to the top.
I'm excited to see how that is. I imagine it has to do with his little servo skull. Just more of that same message. Part of Footfall is a colossal statue of the Emperor carved from a single asteroid. That doesn't matter yet.
Let us not dawdle.
See, I think I have.
The Kazbalika trade Xeno artifacts on Footfall. They're fairly blatantly at that. And the Ordo Xenos is in no hurry to rectify the situation.
Come one, come all, see for yourself the best collection of live Xenos on Footfall. What kind of collection is this? These aren't Xenos, they're mutants in makeup. Oh boy, I forget the order. One moment. There's a correct order for this. I demand the abuse be stopped. I will buy the captives from you. This
Is there money to be made?
rough. I'm a broke boy. I'll get richer later, though. Oh boy, another person. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do their voice. My patience. You remember the way out. Dismissed. Vladam, Vladam, Vladam. What has he put such harsh words into your mouth? You talk like you're an Imperial clerk, not one of us. Where's my cargo, Vladam? This is not the right voice, but whatever. Flacco has it, doesn't he? So that's how you do business to your old friends these days? So you remember. Then the help will remind you. Guards, escort her out. Hidari, move! Che, get going while he's letting you. Go drown your sores at the Amsecus. And thank your lucky stars you were able to walk out the door. You won't get a chance like that next time. First an insult and now threats? I see courtesy and tact are no longer a valued commodity on Footfall. Oh well, I'll find myself a better deal. Madame Tokara, Liege of Footfall, let us please proceed to my office. Mr. Anderson, a spread befitting a visitor of your rank is waiting. Your entourage will be accommodated nearby. Certainly, let's go. Please, follow me. While you engage in small talk, you get a chance to take the measure of Liege Tokara. His expression is aloof and focused, his gestures curt and firm, and his speech calm and quiet, as though he is used to people always listening to what he says. Judging by his observant gaze, he has been studying you in turn this whole time. Let's talk business. On behalf of the elite of Footfall Station, I offer you my condolences, Lord Von Valancius. We mourn Lady Theodora's loss, and we hope this sentiment is taken as a sign of our good intention and willingness to cooperate. Thank you, Liege. A terrible loss for us all. I hope that under your guidance, the dynasty can recover from this blow and attain even greater power. I am impressed by your prudence. Your decision to arrive on Footfall incognito without announcing either the death of the previous rogue trader or your own status, it was quite wise. The rumor will spread sooner or later. It's impossible to keep secret something that's known to the thousands of people serving on a void ship. But for you now, you are free to reap the benefits of anonymity. I've heard much about your rare acumen, Mr. Anderson, or I should say, about the profound, impressive results you managed to achieve by using it. I have always had a fondness for individuals who can destroy their enemy or gain a powerful ally with just a few well-phrased sentences, or precisely issued orders. As you may have noticed, Footfall is currently in a state of crisis. Its people would benefit from the patronage of a figure such as yourself.
was attacked right at the docks. An outrageous stunt. A show of disrespect for both you and me. Sadly, such incidents on Footfall are akin to natural disasters, possible to predict or preempt. They simply suddenly happen. Many consider Footfall to be a pirate den, but believe me when I say that there is a difference between organized crime and gang thugs who have nothing to lose. You were attacked by the latter. The Anvers are a gang of punks who spit on our customs and hierarchy. Even their leader is more akin to an ideologue, a rabble-rouser who calls for people's heads, not commander. Sooner or later we will find him and have him strung up. That will cool his followers' enthusiasm. Behind the carefully built facade of composure, you sense anger. It appears that this man is not used to losing control, but that is exactly what happens. I can tell they've been a real pain for you. I bet you love to gut those jokers, wouldn't you? Come on, admit it, you would, wouldn't you? Back when I grew up, they called it throwing someone for a loop. They carve a particular sign on the person's forehead, then throw him alive into the slag disposal chute, and send them out of orbit the station. Every 30 years we clean the orbit and count how many stiffs bearing which signs have been floating around. You have no idea how much I want to throw those little thugs for a loop like in the good old days. Has Proctor Anthar visited you recently by any chance? Shortly before you did, he was interested in certain sensitive information, which I happen to possess, and he also required access to the docks cogitators, containing logging and administrative data. Naturally, I offered my full cooperation and provided the esteemed arbitrators with a designated area at the docks, where they could work away from the bustle and din of the crowd. I assume that is where the Proctor is at this moment. Who is the woman that was thrown out? A dead woman walking. Some, however, still call her Jay Haidari, the small-time hustler with big ambitions that will lead her to a stickly end. She is irrelevant, since I'm Mr. Anderson, since I'm the one in control of the situation on Footfall. I can speak on behalf of all of its noteworthy residents. What's the situation? Troubling. Xenos raids are growing more frequent, trade is suffering, and fringe worlds are going under. Rumors of atrocities being committed by enemies of humanity are causing excessive panic due to their exotic nature. The core of the Imperium forces in the Coronis Expanse has departed for the sector's borders to combat the Xenos threat. There has been no word from them for a while now. Then again, with the distance and the current issues of the Astropass, that is not entirely out of the ordinary. Still, we are not yet alone. From several of the worlds hit by Xenos attacks, we've received reports of fierce warriors who descended from the sky and entered the fray. The fragmentation accounts lead me to believe that the blessed Adeptus Astartes are operating in the Coronis Expanse, and I await news of their victories with great anticipation. What sort of patronage do you seek from me? Protection. Not to mention
not military protection, but a different kind of security. You have, of course, already encountered difficulties with warp navigation. On your way here, I'm afraid the scope of these difficulties extend far beyond this area. Reports of disrupted routes and ships vanishing during short jumps are coming in across the entire sector. Communication with the Calexis sector has been extremely unstable. Of the ships that have dived into the Maw in recent years, none have yet to return. The last ship that came through the Maw from the other side was struck by a temporal anomaly. The jump took almost 2 decades in real space-time. And thus brings us to our main issue. Footfall is a repair shipyard and a trading post. We barely produce anything ourselves and are largely dependent on incoming shipments, especially food shipments. The station, naturally, has some reserves, but the supply issues didn't start yesterday. Footfall would be obliged if House von Valencius would assist us by signing a contract for food deliveries. I can't be the only one you've asked for help. You are very perceptive. Well, now you know... Oh, dang it, it was... Well, now you know what you're buying. The station is difficulty. I can't be the only one you've asked. Naturally. I tried contacting other rogue traders, but the terms House Corda would have bled Footfall dry. And as for the esteemed Caligos Winterscale, instead of food shipments from him, I received a transport, the Navica, packed with refugees. I had to send them off to Foulstone. So many extra mouths to feed would have only worsened the crisis further. I suppose all these warp fluctuations must have created more pressing concerns for Lord Winterscale. And so, I put my faith in you, the third and last of Footfall's allies. If you are so fond of my acumen, then do not insult it by putting on a brave face now. We both know you have far greater need of me than I of you. You are very perceptive. Well, now you know what you're buying. The situation is difficult, but should you decide to offer your support, you'll forget about the existence of trading hubs other than Footfall, because you won't have a more loyal friends anywhere. So what are the terms of the deal? It is simple. Delivery of food shipments. From your fertile world, Janus. I'm quite familiar with that jewel from the Von Valencius Protectorate. In exchange for fair payment. I'll help Footfall, but not out of a desire for profit. I have no interest in obtaining any favors in kind or becoming your patron, only in saving people's lives. Such charity is a rare sight in the Cronus Expanse. Even figures as powerful as rogue traders do not show it often. Thank you, Lord Captain. I just want to make sure that I did not lock myself out of a bunch of points. I don't think I did. It's just important. I know I can't. This is my first time doing like a full-blown, entirely Iconoclast playthrough, so I'd like to know more about the Anvers gang. Why haven't they been dealt with yet? Mr. Anderson, I've been using all my resources to delay the moment when the station is about to hit by famine. I haven't gotten around to the Anvers yet, as Detrimental as they are, they're no players. When their leader dies, the rest will scatter. Have there been any Xenos attacks? No, there haven't. Attacking Footfall in general is not a particularly reasonable thing to do. Many ships are docked here at any given time, and even the listed weapons on board would make for a decent fighting force. And that's not even to mention the firepower that our esteemed merchants have shamefully hidden from the station's custom officials. For us here, Xenos are more a source of income than a threat. I do not approve of the fear of Xenotech. One must know and understand the enemy. I am convinced that your connections with Footfall will allow you to broaden your knowledge and understanding of Xenos considerably. I will see to it that your curiosity is satisfied. Where does one go to make a few deals here? Here, I am the main dealer on the station, and it would be disrespectful for me to suggest that you take your business to Footfall traders of lesser importance. Still, you might take an interest in a few people of note. For example, Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso. This servant of the ecclesiarchy is rumored to purchase sacred relics from captains, and other traders don't seem keen on becoming his competitors. If you're looking for goods that can entertain you, find Octaviana at the establishment called the Adeptus Amazecus. The chemical bliss that she offers is refined and possesses a satisfactory degree of purity. Just don't ask her to pour you her signature drink. It's meant for common Footfall rabble, not discerning clientele. Let's get down to business. Alright, let's see what you have to offer. First thing, Warrior Graft, Somatic Insertion. The user deals additional, more melee damage and gains traumas. Deflection, oh my gosh. The Death World build is just gonna go bonkers with this. The user suffers less stacks of fatigue times the number of users. That's great. That's just tankiness. If you're melee, that's just good. Bladed boots. Anything else? Cool. Ballistic calculator. That is awesome! Oh, but that last part ruins it for me. That's cool, though. Okay, so only 3, and none are particularly good. This one's kinda cool, though, but I can already afford it. Well, I can't afford it. I should have been able to. I made a dumb decision, though. That sucks.
I always have a backup.
Well, I'll be able to afford it soon enough.
Lord Captain, I am pleased to report that the inspection has been completed and all identified system failures have been resolved. The void ship is ready to depart Footfall, the crew is waiting for your further instruction, and there are also a number of issues that need to be addressed. We also received word from Proctor Solomon Anthar, the arbitrator whose squad be retrieved from Rykad Minoris. He has requested an audience with you and said he will be waiting at the Footfall docks.
Awesome.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Ah, I really want this. I really want the right arm Ogryn Gauntlet. Oh man, that didn't fix. Just wait. Maybe if I can. I'm trying to get it to bug back here and see if it fixes it over there. Granadas. I'll equip one of those granadas. I still have yet to decide if I'm taking this or Abelard is taking it. You know what? Because Abelard has some... Or do I want to give this... Do I want to give both of these to... Indecision.
I always keep my options open.
My greatest weakness, indecision.
What torments you?
Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it. Oh, this fight's going to suck with that there. A well-groomed young man calls out to you. He's clean-shaven and dressed in clothes. They're expensive, but unshowy, with a bright Aquila embroidered in a prominent spot. Noble sir. Sorry, he's Corda. He's a Corda. Noble sir, a minute of your time, if you please. I am Bastian, in Derma Bastal Corda, youngest cousin of House Corda, envoy of Incendia Bastal Corda, rogue trader of the Coronis Expanse by the grace of the most holy Emperor. And you must be an envoy of Theodora von Valancius? I noticed that you arrived on the esteemed lady's ship. Corda, They are some of the most influential rogue traders in the Coronis Expanse, but not on Footfall. This situation is under the control of House Winterscale. Something tells me that we are about to hear a most curious offer. What do you wish to speak with me about? A matter of the utmost delicacy. You see, you've been to the residence of the Liege. Vladame has almost certainly appealed to you for assistance in the arrangement of shipments to Footfall. The Von Valancius Protectorate is famed for the abundance of its main Agri world, Janus. It would be odd for him not to seize on such an opportunity when Footfall is on the verge of famine. However, the Corda dynasty pursues its own interest on Footfall. We have already announced our terms to Liege, but he is stalling. I imagine in hopes of getting a better offer from you. The Corda's dynasty believes that cooperation would be preferable for both rogue trader houses. If you refuse Vladame, therefore forcing him to agree to deal with us, the Corda dynasty can promise you a share of the profits from the future contract, as well as certain other perquisites. Everybody benefits. Behind this your smile, Master Bastian, till shadows swirl. Others may not see them, but your worry cannot escape my eye. What are you afraid of? Your house is a wreath should these negotiations prove fruitless, or the wrath of House von Valancius. Would you mind elaborating on the terms? Not at all. Would you like to take these negotiations somewhere more suitable, that I may go over the detail? I'll get help.
You will beg for mercy, but I will grant none.
I will grant none.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Let's see, does reloading fix it, maybe? Okay, so that did fix it. Alright, honestly, I sorta want to put Pascal here. Percival will be right up front. Same thing with Abelard. So I'll put Cassia there too. Yogam, cover us. Cabela right at the edge there.
Isn't this
I'm curious. If I do this, can I...
Insist, Lord Captain.
I can and can't. Okay.
Lucius is skeptical about this. I cannot comply. Utterly impossible. The machine spirits approve.
Big buffs, big buffs, big buffs, baby.
A valid argument.
Delicious kill. Oh, that's so cool!
Astute observation.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's get to it.
Alright. They are not doing too well. Oh, they have a grenade. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ow.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Alright, let's see. What is the different levels? Seems like the only real good target for that is them.
Another enemy down. You never stood a chance.
Beautiful double shotgun action.
Follow my lead.
Let's get to it.
Perry.
Let's make it quick.
I shall not fail. As the tenets demand. As honor ordains. I am your blade and shield.
Why can't I?
The shadow killing brings me no pleasure. I shall not fail. A dance of blades and shadows. As the tenants come, the other side awaits. Trust me. The shadows will see
Let's
done.
run it back. And pause. Alright, perfect spot. Kill this one. Make an opening and kill.
I refuse to comprehend this. Your demise is an incontrovertible fact!
I don't need luck. I have strategy. Another enemy down. It's as good as done.
23 stacks. Mm-hmm. I'll make you pray.
I'll make it happen. You never stood a chance.
%25 armor. And let's see, this is 3 times exploit removes, so 9 plus 15. So not quite yet. They're the only target left, though.
A perilous but necessary excursion. Curious. Take assistant. Engage. A valid argument. The machine spirits approved. Lucius, I'm relying on you. Astute observation.
I will do my duty, no matter the cost. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. My place is at the fore.
Awesome.
Indeed. It will be done. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I will do my reduced to dust.
Perfect. Wow, that went really well.
Look no further.
Yeah, that one grenade really hurts. I'm scared of them. Chain axe. I want everything here. Sector 2.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh man, got a bit of a case of the hiccups coming. More granadas. More granadas.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Alright, let's do one of my favorite quests. Yeah. Greetings, you must be Master Fidelio. All the guests have arrived. You're the last on the list, and we couldn't well start without you. Your presence is absolutely vital. Of course, I'm Fidelio. Please, we can talk later. Chaplain's about to begin. What is this tomfoolery? The gathering you found yourself at seems refined and respected at first glance. The decorations and the attendants' clothes speak to wealth, and so does the location, which isn't far from the Liege's residence. But you notice that most of the gathered are rather imposing of physique. Many of them have scars and military-grade implants. Several of the guests look like they are covering the exit. Few are clearly carrying concealed weapons. Your appearance has definitely attracted everyone's attention. Just about every guest here keeps glancing at you. Some are clearly watching your every move. I wonder who this Fidelio is and why they can't start the proceedings without them. Judging by the way that fellow with the list was talking about this individual, it's someone very important, but it's not a name I've heard before. I want to see what this is about. Yeah, I think I... Oh, what terribly sorrowful day. We pray our respects to life and soul of football society, a loyal servant of the Imperium, a generous benefactor who spared no expense to keep the fire of faith burning, and an example to all of future generations, the most noble and unfortunate Master Belardo. This loss. 20 minutes later. So let us offer our prayer to the Emperor for the repose of Master Belardo's soul and the prosperity of his heirs. I now pass you over to Most Reverend Chaplain. And here you all are, you vultures. Let's offer a prayer then. But if you think the Emperor or the messenger of his will, in other words myself, does not see into your vile souls, you are sorely mistaken. I wasn't referring to Master Fidelio. At last, Dens himself wanted to see him at his funeral, but the rest, I know every one of you, and I would be astonished to discover anyone here who truly mourns this loss. So go ahead, pray for Bedar's soul. Soon the flames will take a fitting end for a life like his. May the Emperor keep his soul. Let's inspect the drinks.
My house would be proud of me.
It seems likely that it's been poisoned, you say? I actually, the first time I did this, I accidentally,
always have a backup plan.
Take a look at the deceased. Plans speak of his high standing. Abelard, you know this man?
Do I? I would tell you all about this man, but the words I'd use would be improper for a funeral. This, your lordship, is Jerrican Dez, known back in the day as one of the most notorious pirates in the Coronis Expanse. They nicknamed him Jerrican for his habit of having a jug or two of Promethium on hand. He did love burning things, and yes, he was a menace back then. How long ago was it? 60 years? I was serving my last at the Navy when news came of the latest attack. Well, well. There was a time that the sight of Jerrican in a coffin would have been enough to make me dance, quite literally. But the throne, by the throne, I would have danced a jig on the spot. But now, I don't know. No more jumping into the warp right from under the cruiser's nose, eh, you old beast? Who would have thought I'd be at your funeral? This is very grand for a pirate's funeral. Is this normal for Footfall? Folks on Footfall are known to turn a blind eye to many things. But even the locals aren't so unscrupulous as to honor pirate scum a few paces away from the Legion's residence. But no one has heard of Dens for so many decades. I barely recognized him myself, and I've seen his face on pics a fair few times back then. I assume he retired and started a more or less honest life under a new name. What was it they were calling him? Master Bellardo? Book.
Let us see what I found.
Let us see what I found. Repentance.
Just as I was taught.
Collect. Huh, self-firing trap wasn't placed here by accident.
Keep your wits about you.
Master Filetto, with my regards. Hello! Have you ever heard the name Fidelio? It's someone my dad's very mad at, but my dad always mad at everybody. At Grandpa, Mum, Dagon, Chaplain. Someone left some strange words in the Books of Remembrance as if they were from Fidelio. That wasn't your doing, was it? Ha! That would have been a funny prank. But I don't play pranks, it was somebody else. I've got school. Maybe Fidelio did it, very quietly, or maybe it was someone who's not on the list. But also somebody nobody would suspect. Where are your parents? My dad is Caspar Bellardo. He's with the guests, and my mum ran away. They told me she hates Dad and Grandpa. I guess she hates me too, I don't know. It was nice. It was a long time ago. I didn't miss her anymore. I miss Grandpa. He was the nicest. Who are you and what you're doing here? Hiding. I thought I was going to cry and I didn't want anyone to see. My name's Adelia Bellardo. It's my grandpa in that box. If you do not wish to be parted from your forefather, then sever his head, embalm it, and put it in your bed. Speak to him before you go to sleep and after you wake up, and then he will stay with you. What? Did your grandfather ever mention the word repentance to you? He did. That would kept appearing in our house, and nobody knew who wrote it. Used to make Grandpa happy when I was little. He always smiled when he saw it. But then later, when I was a little bigger and Grandpa was already old, it stopped making him happy. He was sad. He would just sit there and stare at nothing, and after that, well, he got sick. When he got sick, the writing would scare him. More and more of it appeared. Repentance, repentance, repentance. Even in his bedroom. One time he pointed at the word and said something very weird. About dead eyes and about cobras going to class.
What did you say? Cobras going to class? Are you sure that's what your grandfather said?
Of course I'm sure. When Grandpa was ill, I sat with him. And this one time, he just started talking about cobras. I was sad, but it was also a little funny. Cobra, get to class, he said.
Perhaps this is an old Navy officer and me talking, but
I am most certain he wasn't talking about a snake, but a Cobra-class destroyer.
Cobra, going to class, you see?
Maybe.
I'm gonna take my leave.
Servitor.
You're Fidelia, ain't ya? Oh, there we go. I can talk to him.
Ah, Master Fidelio. I've heard so much about you. And here you are at last, in the flesh.
We haven't been introduced.
Pardon me, Count Bellardo. I have the honor of being the only child of the deceased.
You don't seem particularly grief-stricken over your father's death.
If I was the one lying in the box, he wouldn't be crying his eyes out either. I guess I should do father. This is...
A son's feelings are complicated. I wasn't a very good son. Old Dens wasn't a good father, but I do miss him. In my own way, yes. He always seemed timeless to me. Not just a bag of meat and ugly ambition like the rest of us are.
And what is it that you've heard about me? That you were, very close with... Forget it, I didn't mean anything bad, just making conversation.
What did he die of? Age, debauchery, old wounds?
By the end, my old dad was more implant than man, especially after the assassination attempt. People tried to kill him, you see, about 12 years ago. Thank you. Goodbye.
Master Fidelio?
You've never introduced yourself.
I'm Dagon Elther. I was first mate on Den's ship. I mean, Master Bellardo.
Given the deceased's former occupation, I have a good idea of what role you played under his command.
They used to call me Tort. He's Jerrycan, I'm Torch. Those were the days.
Did he ever die?
Badly. He went downhill real fast just a year ago.
He was still living it up, storming the slum asteroids to shoot riffraff and mutants.
And then all of a sudden he was done. His old wounds caught up with him. And he had plenty of those, both from the old days and from recent ones. Like when someone tried to bump him off 12 years back, I think it was.
Did he ever mention repentance?
No. But I know what you're talking about. The scribbles in his home, right?
Yeah, it happened alright.
Repentance, alright, he's not helping.
Anyway, let's talk with the chaplain.
Pleasure to meet you, Master Fidelio. I prefer to go by chaplain, it is both name and occupation. You know, it's funny how despite being Dence's, that is to say Master Bellardo's, closest associate and confessor, I've never heard of you. The man he chose as his sole heir. I'm glad, of course, that the inheritance didn't go to any of the others, the vultures. But I'm curious why you? We were especially close.
Unsurprising. Dens did like remarkable people, and he knew how to get people to like him. Given your speech, I take it you're not fond of the other attendees.
I'm a missionary of St. Drusus, and the truth of the Imperium speaks through me, so I see no point in pretense. All who are gathered here have one goal, to bite a chunk out of Denz's estate.
Ambition and aspiration of wealth are not immoral and in of themselves, but It's just that I'm sickened by the thought that such a great man had left nothing but a pile of human refuse. His son is a drunk and a weakling. His friend, Dagon, is the one who greeted you at the entrance as a dim-witted brute with an incredibly bloated ego. His widow made off on the family yacht in the direction of the Maw while the body was still warm, with an entourage of 5 brawny, good-looking young fellows. I'd like to believe that he didn't choose you as his heir on a whim. Master Fidelio, at least you had the guts to come here into the nest of vipers who despise you because Denz's money, property slipped through their fingers. I respect that kind of audacity, and so did he. A question, if I may. How was it an ecclesiarchic missionary came to be friends and associates with the famous pirate? Do you know why they called me chaplain? It's because I was the priest on Denz's ship in the wilder days. If you're surprised, you shouldn't be. There are plenty of heretic scum among the pirates of the Expanse, but Denz wasn't one of them. He was a true believer, and he shared more of Imperium's ideals than some of those stiff-necked officers. A leader with an iron fist and an iron will. Don't we owe our conquest of thousands of star systems to people like that? And the one he robbed were mostly types that no true subject of the Imperium would shed a tear over. Xenos, heretics. Not all of them, of course, but the Emperor would judge if Denz is a decent man. On the matter of inheritance... I'm of the strong suspicion someone here wants me dead. You don't say! How can that be? Someone wants the sole heir of a tremendous fortune dead, in the place where the other contenders deprived their riches have gathered. If you, Master Fidelio, really are worthy of Master Denz's name, you'll deal with these minor vicissitudes. Consider this my blessing. The Emperor protects anyone who deserves it, that is. On my inheritance, when can I claim it? You can't just wait, can you? After the funeral, Denz will be delivered into the flames, then he will announce his last will and testament, and you will officially come into your inheritance. Thank you for speaking with me. I must go.
I always keep my options open.
There we go. My good Master Fidelio, I do hope you're satisfied with the services provided by our establishment. I beg of you, help me, please! Keep your voice down, we can't let anyone hear us. It's a matter of life and death. What's the matter? Please understand, it's very difficult to get on footfall with my wage. And Imperial Regulations 403.8L on post-mortal service workers on Furial Worlds directly prohibits the chief operative of the crematorium from leaving their workplace for any reason other than sleep, severe illness, and ministration of sacraments. Therefore, I am practically forced, to look for other sources of income that allow me to stay within the walls here. I've set up a little, enterprise. I replace the implants of the deceased with identical replicas and sell them to the right people where I have a shipment ready. I had just prepared a new batch of superb, unique implants of the highest quality, but I got careless. I used my first stick, leaving 4 standard years, and it was on the very day that Master Badaro passed, and his family was quick to organize a ceremony in our crematorium. I simply didn't have time to prepare, and now my container full of goods, it is in the furnace, and if you don't help me, they're gonna burn. Wait, so you hid valuables in the crematorium furnace? I've been hiding them there for 10 years now, and quite successfully, I might add. Only the richest citizens can afford the services of a crematorium, and sadly, they don't die all that often. Usually I sell the goods before the next body arrives, but I got unlucky this time. Please, I beg of you. What do you need from me, and what are you offering in return? While there's still time, could you please go to the furnace? We'll split the goods 50-50. You can have your first pick. Just please hurry. I'll help you in the following condition. See, I am most definitely Master Thalia. I'm afraid of misplacing my documents. If you make me a copy of everything you can find in the archives that has my name on it, I'll help if I can. Throw and preserve you.
I always have a backup plan.
Oh. Auspex is good. Burn, burn. Burn, burn. Just making sure there isn't actually any loot. Heavy plasteel, blah blah blah. Before I forget, she's currently my awareness character. Let us give her +10 awareness. That... What? Oh, wrong one. This one. +10 awareness. I'm scared with how many enemies had the arc grenades. That really upgrades them.
Experience.
Nothing matters more.
Trivial, as I prognosticated.
Keep your wits about you.
Might as well jump to the other side.
Nothing's impossible for this
old
officer.
officer. Okay.
Unexpected result.
It's a trap! Oh, whoops, that was a little late. It's completely empty. It's a trap!
Miscalculations are for commoners.
Run over here, pause.
Profitable learning experiences.
Oh.
Mere pain won't stop me.
There we go.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
They're on fire! On fire! Put them out! Put them out quick! Your lordness, are you alright? Did you hit anything? Any bad burns? You fell straight through that ceiling. It's mighty high up. Who are you and what are you doing down here? We live here, all your lordliness. You see, these are old tunnels. They dug them back in Parmus Dwayne's times. Right through the asteroid. It's a little stuffy down here, but it's warmer up than up at the big palaces on the surface. And it sure is warm under the crematorious furnace. They barely burn anyone up there, but they do fire it up often enough. That's good for us, sure. Sometimes an odd smell makes it through the vents, like they're making a roast, makes your mouth water. But what can you do? That's the cost of comfort for you. Oh, how do I get out of here? There's no climbing back into the crematorium for you. Look for yourself, it is all burnt and collapsed. But it's no biggie. There's only one way up there, and so you won't get lost. First you need to pull this big old lever. To open the doors, it's by the busted pipes. That's where the lever is. After that, you just walk. Through the corridors, the shaft, the old warehouse, and there you are on the surface.
The fact that the incompetence of the crematorium's maintenance staff saved our lives does not make that negligence any less egregious. I will register a complaint.
I'm feeling kind today. Here, help with the fire. Oh, thank you. Thank you kindly. Something to buy food with. 'Cause, well, we used our soup to put you out, you see. And it was only 2 days old. I must take my leave. All the best on your journey, all. May the Emperor help guide you out. So this is actually the reason why going incognito is better. You get more items. You get additional gear.
What do we have here?
For essentially, you specifically get access to this part of the map. You do not get access to this if you come in the other way, and in fact, the Cyber Raven used to be down here. So you used to only be able to get an early upgrade for your familiar if you went in on incognito. They say Lendrick's been poisoned by sewer water again. But yeah, you end up with more loot, and
I always keep my options open.
Stop there.
Stop there. Yeah, they have their own little altar for the Emperor. I think I've looted everything else, so let's keep on heading out. Dun 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 dun.
Rise to the top, or get,
left in the dust. Ugh, the stench.
Experience. Nothing
matters more. Just do it both
Nothing's
ways.
impossible for this old
So that gives you a little bit extra of experience.
Unexpected result.
A horrible stench reaches your nostrils long before the source. Corridor where punctured pipes are disgorging streams of murky sludges. In the distance, you see the lever. The only way to reach it is submerging yourself in the sludge. I'm too old for this. I think I'm gonna be sick. Remarkable! The organic specimens in the water are so diverse that, in a manner of speaking, they lay bare the entire way of life on Footfall. You've been granted the unique opportunity to immerse yourself in the study of Footfall's water waste. Nonculus believes that the necessity of an in-depth analysis of the stream is dramatically exaggerated. Wow, I can actually send them! That's awesome. That's great. And you know what? He doesn't even have the little stink debuff.
Compared to naval service,
Alright, here's the real benefit though. Get the Knuckle Guard. +5 to weapon skill. When you have a weapon melee equipped, 5% armor penetration and +2 armor. That's going straight to her. Are you kidding me? More damage plus the weapon skill offsets some of the Ogren's downsides. Logic. Break through the cavity.
Nuncius solved this conundrum.
Dig through.
Wisdom is a catalyst for knowledge. I possess both.
Nice.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Experience?
But yeah, that's like one of the few weapon skill boosting items. And because her Medicae is based off of weapon skill, that's extra good. And the extra 2 damage is also really good. And yeah, you just get a few more items here and there. You know what? Does she have gloves? That's for unconscious. I think for now,
I'll equip that. And this. Even though I can't really use it, I might as well. Ah, yes, Lore Imperium. I'm the one with the best Lore Imperium, but I don't think I will increase it by further. Yeah, the hidden auto stimulat's pretty nice. Whoa! That was close. What? Oh, bug! Come on, man! I hate all these bugs. I've been experiencing so many. I think after this, I'll just speed run through it. I think after this, I will. Oh, I'm way back here. Alright, whatever. Yeah, after this, I will,
Unexpected result.
end the thing today.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
I'll just speed through this. Okay, continue. Eogun, and skip. Good job, Eogun. You're the best. Athletics.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Goods. Collect. Give that to her. What else did I give to her? Oh yeah, I gave her her exclusive stuff. Oh, I haven't given her a cloak yet either. Here, have a Reaper's Cape, even though you can't use it. Because you don't really have melee area attacks anymore, or at least I'm not planning on you.
Trivial, as I prognosticated.
Experience.
Nothing matters more. Yeah, just getting loot. And I mean, hey, the more loot we have, the better our...
What's a peculiar thing?
Wow, it's actually really buggy with this. Had to click it like 4 or 5 times.
Just as he ordained.
Just as he ordained. Okay, there we go.
I always have a backup plan.
An assorted of parts. Void shield arrays, they look used, but still too new to be replaced. Water purification unit. A device like this is supposed to be used for the needs of the station instead of gathering dust in this warehouse. And more loot. And stimulation injector. This item reduces wounds by 10% but increases crit hit chance by 12. And I'm gonna give that to Mr. Super Tanky Heavy Armor Man. Instead of the Mark of the Ruler, now that you can grab people with your new arm, which I love. Yeah. So you get 2 items and a unique gun. Move it. I said move it. If the inspection gets to the circuit station before we do, I'll have you all recycled. Yelling your brains out at the servitors won't make them work faster. You know another way to get these lazy brutes to shift themselves? Well, I'm all ears. If the inspection sees circuit station without a unit, they'll go to Vladam with this. And if Vladam finds out, he won't mince words, he'll give us the old Balakan severance, as in kick us out of the trash chute without a void suit. Simmer down, we'll be fine. Back in my transport days, I'd show the inspection the same protection screen
on 8 different sites, and I never got busted once. I seriously doubt that Vladam's inspectors are any more diligent. They'll fall for our 1 support unit on 3 circuit stations. They won't notice a thing. Better worry about selling the 2 units that we bought. Who in the throne is that?
This goes beyond the violation of the right of operation. It downright stinks. They must die. The Undying One has added their names to the catalog. Eliminate them.
I agree with your point, Priest, but I'm afraid that is not quite how it works. And just who are you, and what are you doing here? We're from Footfall Station Service, carrying out scheduled maintenance, but you're not going to believe that, are you? You heard everything. I promised my wife I could go a month without murder. Too bad I'd break my word, then I'd get on the Leech's bad side. Now I can take them. Now I hear their name. You threaten dare one of Von Valencia's dynasty? You will pay for this. Bah, whatever, we'll worry about that later.
Example out of you.
Boop. Percival. Abelard. Show them who's boss. Eogun. Cabela. Oh, Cabela. To Eogun.
Not a servitor.
Tell Eogun to go. Eogun is going to go.
A valid argument.
Oh, whoops. Wrong move. I was supposed to do this first. Give everybody a buff. Including himself. Let me just make sure that it worked that way. Yeah, it did. Voice of Command plus 15. Take aim. Oh, dude, that's so good. That's so good. I don't think anyone's close enough. Oh, so good. Cover efficiency.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
What do I have equipped?
If only that were possible. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Affect both of them.
Step aside.
Then
the
hide.
navigator is coming.
Runs up and tries to shoot. Servitor is level 3. They're all level 3. Okay.
See to it personally. Who if not me? It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. On it.
Oh, what? That sucked.
Who if not another enemy down?
Okay, got him. So that means we have more crit damage. Harry. Harry the platypus!
Oh, my ears are
Whew. More cover efficiency. That. Open it up and do it again. Oh, the miss. I got stunned. Oh, and that just barely hit her too. Rough, buddy, rough. All right, Air of Authority.
Astute observation.
Percival. That's the second level of level 3, right? Yes. Critical damage and critical hit chance bonuses accumulated by using hunting down the prey. So I have... So I should have 12% crit chance?
It's as good as done.
Running binary override.
Free reload.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Executing command. Yes, I'm relying on you. Removing restrictions on the galvanic cell.
I'll make it happen.
Oh, I thought that I did that before. Okay.
Never stood a chance.
Oh, so close. Oh well.
A valid argument.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good, man.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Alright, we won already.
Emperor, give me strength.
Whoop. Might as well just to make sure that the damage gets through, but
I'm afraid not.
Oh.
Do not dare ask.
Alright.
My vow is to serve.
Come on.
Quest to prove my function
There we go.
successfully terminated.
Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, you even get a bit more experience for doing it this way, man. It's just so much more worth it.
I'm registering unconventionally high efficiency for the unit Cassia Orselio, relative to her limited experience. The unit status is being upgraded.
Knowledge is the key to everything, is it not, esteemed Magos? I learned this wisdom from your fellow priests, and it has helped me many times.
Yep, just gonna
Always
loot
keep
this
your eye on the
place, and then I think I am ending my things there. Okay, so no new. I think they learned from their mistake last time. Alright. Well, thank you all for watching, and remember, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye-bye!